Hey guys, I'm George. I'm really excited because by the time you see this video, we will have already sang together, and I'm so excited about singing, about joining the adventure of Jesus. I wanted to talk to you today about joy. The first thing I want to remind you of is a joy that you bring into the world every day. When I see your faces, I love seeing them, and it brings me joy. And I want you to know that your parents and all the people who love you, every time they see your face, it makes them be full of joy. And I want you to know that's the same way with God. When God thinks about you, remembers you, and sees you, His face just lights up with joy. And that's one kind of joy I like remembering. My mom's been dead for a long time, but when I remember her, I remember how her face would just light up when I'd come in the room because she loved me so much. Just remember that there are people like that in the world every day when you're alive, and you'll be able to know them and remember them your whole life. The second kind of joy is when you get a gift. You know, a gift you want, and then you have to wait on it, and then you get that gift later. When I was a kid, I wanted a toy called a Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It was these two plastic robots, and they would try to hit each other, and then their heads would pop up, and whoever's head popped up would be the robot that lost. And I really wanted that toy. I wanted it one year, and I didn't get it. I wanted it the second year, and I didn't get it. On the third year, I stopped asking for it because I'd gotten bigger, and it wasn't the kind of toy I wanted, and my parents bought it for me that year. Can you believe it? Anyway, I got a Rock'em Sock'em Robots the third year. But all the time we're wanting different gifts, and there's a lot of joy when you get a gift that you want, that you've been waiting on. But a lot of those gifts, like Rock'em Sock'em Robots later, just don't bring you joy. But that joy that comes every time someone sees your face who loves you, that joy is every day, your whole life, and even beyond. And then there's a third kind of joy that I'm really glad to tell you about. And that's the kind of joy that never goes away because it lives right down inside you. It's a gift that every time you forget you have it, you get to remember you already have it. It's a gift that's there all the time. And every morning I get up and I go sit in my chair and I remember that gift. And the gift is the gift that Jesus taught us about when He was born, and when He lived, and when He taught, and when He died, and when He rose from the dead. Because what He was telling us was the love of God, the life of God, the presence of God, the excitement and the energy of God is dwelling deep inside of us and in every cell and every part of our bodies every day, all the time. And when I sit in my chair in the morning, one of the things I remember is that gift, even though sometimes I worry and I forget, even though sometimes I fail to do something I want and I forget, even though sometimes people don't treat me good and I forget, that gift, the gift of God's life in me and God's life in you, is always true. Not just sometimes, all the time. So remember at Christmas, one joy is the joy that God has every time He thinks of you, the joy people who love you have every time they see your face. The second kind of joy is the gift that you get. And sometimes those gifts later don't bring as much joy. And then there's the joy of the gift that never goes away. The gift of God's love and God's life inside of you and inside of me and everybody you see and inside of the whole world you live in. So I hope that you remember joy. The joy of your face being seen by the ones who love you, the joy of gifts you get and maybe later don't like so much, and the joy of God's life in you every moment of every day. I'm really looking forward to singing with you. I guess we will have already done it when you see this video. Just remember, Mr. George loves you a lot. Bye-bye.